from Malvern Prep and Rolling Stones Economics. Today we're going to go over the first question, the long question from this year's 2013 Microeconomics. Steve Dunn, question number 1.
Question number 1. The graph below illustrates the demand, marginal revenue, marginal cost, and average total cost curves for a profit-maximizing monopolist. A. Assume that the profit-maximizing monopolist is unregulated. Using the labeling in the graph, identify each of the following: the monopolist's quantity of output, the monopolist's price, the profit earned by said monopolist, and the deadweight loss.
Okay, so first, the monopolist's quantity of output. We know unregulated monopolies always operate where MR equals MC. So that is at quantity 1, and we'll follow this up to the demand curve.
MR equals MC, make a big circle right there.
Follow this up to the demand curve, over to the price line at P3 will be the price. The profit earned will be above where ATC is. This line is average total cost. So the price is above average total cost. That means they'll have a profit in this area. So this whole box is the amount of profit they will have. Deadweight loss, the socially optimal point is at point F where MC equals demand. That's the socially optimal point. So this area where A to C to F to A, that would be deadweight loss because that is the quantity that society wants, but they cannot have because it's a monopoly. We'll shade that in with green. Yes.
Question B. Now assume that a monopolist can perfectly price discriminate. Using the labeling of the graph, identify each of the following: the quantity produced, the total revenue received by the monopolist.
Okay, so a price discriminating monopoly would charge each consumer the price that they're willing to pay. So this marginal revenue line is now the demand. Demand is marginal revenue because they will charge each consumer at the price they're willing to pay. So the quantity produced is again where MR equals MC, point F. We'll circle that in purple.
Part C. Instead assume the monopolist charges a single price and is regulated to produce the socially efficient quantity. Using the labeling of the graph, identify each of the following: the socially efficient quantity, the consumer surplus at the socially efficient quantity.
Okay, so once again, as I said, the socially optimal point is at QF, where MR equals MC. So the socially optimal quantity will be Q3, and the consumer surplus at the socially efficient quantity will be this whole area.
Awesome. Can I give a shout out? Can I give a shout out to Connor Delaney from the University of Delaware, who did the regulated monopoly poster during our review? And remember, socially optimal, as you showed, Steve, is where price equals marginal cost. Where price equals marginal cost. Thank you, Connor.
Part D. Is the monopolist facing the regulation in Part C earning a positive economic profit, earning zero economic profit, or incurring a loss? Explain.
So the regulated monopoly will produce at point F. That means they're producing where marginal revenue equals average total cost. That means they will be making zero economic profit. They will have a normal profit, but no zero economic profit.
Part E. Is point F in the elastic, inelastic, or unit elastic portion of the demand curve? Explain.
So where the marginal revenue equals 0 at this point, this line is the unit elastic portion. That line is unit elastic. The quantities to the left of this line is the elastic portion of the demand curve, and the quantities to the right are the inelastic portions. So point F is in the inelastic portion of the demand curve.
That does it. Good job, Steve. And remember, we'll be back to you later for another one of the questions. Good job. Have a good summer.